This video is going to showcase defeating the Bill Blasters on Ultra and Mega Curse. So that is a 6x modifier. The Bill Blasters have 4 health and 2 defense at the base value, so their HP becomes 24. They don't attack directly, instead spawning bullet bills every 2 rounds. So, round 1, round 3, etc. The bullet bills have 2 base health, and they have 5 base attack in Dark Star, so they'll now have 12 health and 30 attack. Now you may wonder how this is possible with a 6x modifier, and that's going to be because of the items that we have. First, for the badges, we only need 3 of them. We need just Happy Flower, which is obtained by purchasing it from Merlot for 8 star pieces. And then there's the FP Plus that's available, and Danger Saver. That's all you need for this. And I, at this point, am going to bring up a star piece limit. And in this case, the maximum number of star pieces you can have by this point is 16. So, that's something worth noting. And as for the items, we have the 2 shooting stars now. The second shooting star becomes available as soon as you start Chapter 1. Then we have 3 POW blocks for additional damage. But the way this becomes possible is thanks to the Dizzy Dials. The Dizzy Dials, while they do not hit the Bill Blasters, they do hit the Bullet Bills. And when they're dizzy, they're still able to move, but the attacks will just miss. So we can just ignore them. And then we have a maple syrup for 1 FP restoration shot. Now we're going to wait for that Bill Blaster at the bottom to shoot 1 more, because we want to first strike this with Bombette. Every little bit of extra damage helps, and you'll notice that I started at 5 health intentionally. That was specifically to take advantage of Danger Saver. So this is going to hit them for 6, but all we have to do is just alternate our item use. So when bills are out, we now use a Dizzy Dial. It will never hit the Bill Blasters, but that doesn't matter. And the great thing about items is that they pierce defense. So, yep, the bills will just miss, and then we can attack again. And in this case, we'll use the second shooting star to get the immediate damage. Unfortunately, we do not have the means to push this to triple curse. So 6x is just going to have to do. But now with bills back up, use another Dizzy Dial. And Dizzy Dials can be purchased from the Koopa Village shop, and they are 12 coins each. But as noted, we have access to that. You'll notice that an explosion did instantly KO a bullet bill, and that is a weakness that they do have. I didn't have to do that though. So that's 1 blaster down, and now we can use a POW block for an extra 2 damage. And then another Dizzy Dial. We do nothing here. That brings the next one in. Now we're down to 5 remaining health. And 1 more Dizzy Dial. To prevent them from making impact. So again, just do nothing. And now at this point, we can use the POW block. Another bomb. This time around, since we don't have any more, we have to use Bomb to take out any remaining bills. That's not going to be an issue. And that's thanks to the maple syrup that's available. You could get away with a honey syrup as well, but it's not necessary if you have happy flower. Fire flowers would normally do better here. However, it is worth mentioning that in Dark Star, all enemies here in this specific fight are immune to fire. So you have to use pallet blocks to work around that. And this same difficulty is possible in the Greenstone as a result. So for that reason, you're only going to see this fight with the badge stone. But know that the execution is the same with the Greenstone. And that is the conclusion for this video. So the next video will be the Koopa Bros, and that'll finish off Chapter 1. Till next time.